Hi everyone, I'm Autistic Ange. This is a podcast for adults who recently found out they're autistic and are looking for other autistic people like them. I thought I would talk about sensory overload that I experienced yesterday. It was pretty much a sensory nightmare, but a specific kind of nightmare, and that is the holiday sensory nightmare, where so many people are out a few days before Christmas trying to get all their shit. And now there's a storm and people are out buying a bunch of crap so they can stay inside. But I just thought I would walk you through what yesterday was like and how I fared after that wonderful experience. So let's see. Yesterday, my plan for leaving the house was to just go across the street to Walgreens and pick up my prescription for my lovely estrogen that I get to take every day now that I had a bunch of stuff taken out of me. But that was the only reason I was planning on leaving. That was the only store I was planning on going to. So you know how that goes. Like, you know where you're going. You know why you're going there. You know that's the only place you want to go. You don't want to be there too long, and then you just want to come home. And like for me, I have to leave at just the right time. Like, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know, like, I know I have to go, but I have to feel like, okay, now's my window. Like, it's so stupid. Like, if it's a 5-minute window or something, or like if I immediately have a thought like, yeah, I could go, then I'll leave and then I'll scurry right back home. Like, I don't know. I wish I wasn't like this. It's just a fucking store. I'm just picking up medication. But this is not, this is for everything. Like, the night before, I know if I'm going to leave or not the next day. So I guess I really do sound like a shut-in, huh? But, oh well. I don't really think I am, but... Anyways, so... what ended up happening was, I got my wife's family, like, there's so many fucking people. Like, her siblings just keep having kids. And I'm like, man, just tell them to stop having all these kids because I can't keep them straight. I don't know how many of them there are. We don't even really see them because they live like an hour and a half away. But, so nobody, like, who likes rapping? I don't know. I don't. And I had inspiration to just like, not inspiration, I guess I had motivation to wrap a bunch of her family's stuff, to just get like a huge chunk of that out of the way. I thought that would be helpful. So I sat down and, that takes a while too. Like, you don't think it'll take that long, but it does. And so then I was thinking after I did that, I would go out to Walgreens, but my wife ended up calling me, about something. And then I asked her, so like there's this storm, if you guys are listening in real time and you're in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. There's this like huge Christmas storm thing, that I guess is like starting today. And the part of New York I live in, like we'll get impacted, but like not anywhere near as bad as like where the worst of it's going to be. It's like we'll get snow and then like a flash freeze and that kind of stuff. But where was I going with this? Oh, I hate when this happens. Oh, storm. Oh yes, storm. So my wife was calling me and I asked her, I said, hey, do you think we should go and like get any last minute stuff today? Because like the storm's supposed to start like today, like as I'm talking, like in a few hours, it's supposed to like travel over our way. And so yesterday I was like, well, maybe we should just get all of our shit so that like we don't have to go to any stores before Christmas. And she doesn't like going out to places either. She doesn't like all the people, just like I don't like all the people, but she deals with it like a hell of a lot better than I do. So we decided that when she got home from work, we were going to go out and get some last minute shit that we needed to get. And I hate last minute stuff. But so I was kind of happy because I was like, all right, well, if we're going to like a few other places, at least I won't be by myself. So like, I guess I'll just wait to go get my meds until we both leave. And so immediately after that phone call, I was like, okay, I have to prepare for this because I know that this is going to be a lot, because not only are so many people going to be out at the stores buying last minute gifts for Christmas, but just as many, if not more, will be out buying their fucking milk and bread for the stupid storm that's coming. So there was going to be way more people than usual. And I had a few hours to prepare myself for it. And this sounds really ridiculous saying this stuff out loud, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So not only was I trying to mentally prepare myself, but I wanted to make sure I had the right clothing on. Like, I cannot believe how much planning goes into stepping outside of the house. Like, I need to announce myself or something, like, roll out the red carpet, she's leaving. Anyways, I wish I wasn't like this. This is so annoying, but I have to wear the right clothing because I knew we were going to be out for a bit. And when I mean the right clothing, sweatpants are a given because that's what I wear. I don't wear jeans no more because those are uncomfortable. I like my sweatpants. And I wore a hoodie that did not zip up. It was like a pullover. So whenever I wear hoodies, like I have to have the sleeves rolled up like all the way because I need to control my temperature. So like when I'm in these stores, like it's going to be cold coming from the outside, but you're immediately like greeted with like warmth and inside a store on top of all the fucking body heat from all the people. So I roll my sleeves up because that helps me regulate my temperature. So I had to make sure that, okay, I'm going to wear the right clothing for this. Then at that point, I slowed down my water intake because I don't like using public bathrooms if I can help it. And I wasn't hungry, but I decided even if I did get hungry, I wasn't going to eat because, bathroom. And this is what I do. This is ridiculous. Like, people go out to the stores all the time and they don't have to do this stuff. Like, the kind of preparation I do for this is almost the same as the kind that I do when we go on a road trip. Like, don't drink too much, don't eat too much. You don't want to have to go to all these public toilets. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing, So anyways, so she gets home, we leave, and wouldn't you know, it was rush hour. And oh my God, I hate rush hour. Hate it. I just feel so trapped. Like, you're just in this traffic and you can't go anywhere. You're just trapped. And for whatever reason, it feels worse when you're not in the driver's seat. I don't know why. I mean, I could tolerate it better if I was driving. That's weird, but so yeah, it was rush hour. So first we go to Walgreens and I go inside. I get my estrogen pills. There was nobody in line. There were not too many people in the store, so no issue there. Then we went to Aldi's. I don't know if this is like a New York thing or, if it's everywhere in the States, but because I don't know a lot. So, but anyways, we went to Aldi's and it was busy. There were lots of people there, but we got the things that we needed from that store and I didn't have an issue. Like, I was okay. I was like, oh, I'm doing good. And then we decided that we needed to go to one more place, and that was Wegmans. And that's where I had problems. Because Wegmans, if anybody knows what Wegmans is, it's like the best grocery store, in my opinion, the best grocery store that I have ever been to. But like, I lived overseas the majority of my life and we didn't have good stuff like this. So I don't know what other people might think differently of Wegmans, but I love it. However, when we went there, because at this point it was like 5:30 last night, and I think I said this before, but I can't wear headphones in busy stores. Like, I see people doing it that wear the noise canceling headphones, and I'm kind of envious because I wish I could do that, but I get super paranoid when if I were to have headphones on in public. I mean, when I used to go to the gym, that was fine, but going out to stores, I can't, because I need to be able to hear, like, if there's anybody behind me. I just need to be able to hear. I can't just not hear what's going on around me. But then that also sucks because I have to hear everything. So, it's like no-win situation. But everybody in fucking town was at Wegmans. There were so many people. I have never, ever been at Wegmans and seen so many people. So many. And what I like to do in these situations is I like to push the cart because I can hide behind the cart, and then I have my wife lead. Like, I'll just follow right behind her because, like in a lot of stores, there's not tons of room to like walk right next to the person you're with because like it leaves very little room, if any, for other people trying to pass by. So I like to just follow her and let her lead. I'll hide behind the cart. And if I follow behind her, I should be fine. So that's what I usually do. But there were people standing in the middle of the aisles everywhere, talking they're on their phones. Their children are doing something. They're just standing in the middle of these fucking aisles, and they know that like people need to get by. Like, how can you be so self-centered and so unaware of what's going on around you? Like, rude. That's so rude. People were doing it everywhere. Like, I usually come across this like maybe once or twice on a normal grocery store visit, but like it was like every aisle. And I was confused. Like, why are there this many people who lack awareness of their surroundings? I don't understand. The Wegmans layout sucks so bad. Like, they thought it would be a good idea. Like, you know how you go to, like, let's say you're at Walmart and you're in the grocery aisle or section, and you go down the aisles, it's just one long aisle. And at Wegmans, they separate them. So they're like half aisles, kind of. So all that means is like that's just more looking to the left and right you have to do before you go straight ahead to the rest of the aisle. It's so annoying. There's like traffic jams. People don't like it. I hate it. It's like, who thought this was a good idea to have the layout this way? And it just makes it so that like whatever section you're in, whatever aisle you're in, you better not stand there for very long because somebody's going to need to come like get by. Like, it was just so packed. So there's that. So like when I mentioned my wife has a better time in these situations than I do, what I mean by that is she will walk so damn slow. It's like a catch-22. Like, if I'm by myself in a store, that's great. Like, I speed walk. I know where things are. I'm in and out. Like, there is no walking slowly for me. I mean, if the store's like empty, like almost empty, I'll take my time, maybe. But if there's lots of people, no, I know what I need to get, and then I know that I need to get out of here. But when I go to stores with her, she walks so fucking slow, and she'll just stop. Like, so if I'm following her, I don't know how to explain it, but like she'll stop in like these random places where I end up being the person that's in the middle of the way of other people. And she's just like looking at something. I don't know where to go. And I get pissed. I'm like, how are you just stopping here? Like, why are you just stopping? Like, I'm stuck here with this fucking cart in the middle of whatever while you're looking at this and you're taking forever. And all these people are by me and they're trying to get by. And like, I'm the annoying person in the store. Like, I know that I annoy her when I get like this. But she just fucking walks so slow sometimes. And then she wanted to make homemade gyoza sauce. So we went to go pick up a bottle of soy sauce, and she puts it in the cart, like that front part where little kids sit. She put it there. She was thinking that the flap was up, like where the legs go for the kids, and you push that flap up and like it covers the holes. I don't know if that made sense, but so she put the bottle in there thinking that flap was up, but it wasn't. And so it just slid right out of the cart and dropped and broke on the floor. And I have never had that happen to me. And it's a nightmare that I hope I avoid, because how embarrassing would that be? But so she did it, and I wasn't embarrassed. She was, for, understandable reasons. And I was like, it's okay, I'll go find somebody. And she's like, oh no, like, I can't believe I did that. And there's all these people around. So luckily I was able to find somebody within like 20 seconds. I said, we accidentally broke something and we need to clean up. And it was no big deal. But yeah, so that happened. And I had to go talk to somebody, so, but whatever. I'm a human and I have a mouth, and that's what I do. That's what we all do. Anyways, not all of us, because some of us are nonverbal. But anyways, so moving right along, we get all of our shit. At this point, I just need to get the fuck out of the store. So we went to go pick a line, and no offense to my wife, but she's the worst line picker. She picks the worst lines. Like, I don't know how that's possible. And I will spot the right one to go in. And sometimes she'll agree and sometimes she won't. So there's that. But we were okay. No big issues with picking the line and getting through, paying for our stuff. And then on the way out of Wegmans, right by the exit door, there's this huge, it's this huge machine where you can get lottery tickets. And I don't know how to use those machines. I don't buy lottery tickets. Like, if we buy those, my wife gets them, because I don't know how to use the machines. I don't go up to people at gas stations that work there and ask for, give me this, give me that, give me that. I don't know the names of these different games. You apparently have to have cash for most of these places. I don't really carry cash with me. I use my card a lot. So I don't like those machines, but it was right at the exit door. So we have a friend that likes lotto tickets, and it's the guy, I think I talked about him before. He gives us blueberries every summer. And so we get him something for Christmas. And this year I thought it'd be a good idea to get him, or my wife did, to get him lotto tickets. So she's at this machine. Oh my God. She's putting the money in, and it's just like, she's like thinking about the selections, and just hit the fucking buttons, like hit the buttons. Who cares what kind you get? Just get some. Get $1, get a $5 one, get a $2 one. Just mix it up, just hit them and like let them come out and let's go. I don't understand why we needed to think about that. It's their lotto tickets. Who cares? Just pick them. And then there was a couple of people like trying to get behind us, but you can't get right behind somebody because we're by the I don't know how to explain this. There wasn't a lot of room, and people were waiting to use this machine, and I was getting nervous because they were standing right behind me, and I was like telling my wife, like, hurry up. And then she's trying to put like a couple of dollar bills in, and they keep getting spit out, and she keeps putting them in, and they keep getting spit out, and I'm like, just fucking stop. Like, just stop, please. Like, can we go? Like, we don't need any more. Like, I feel so bad because I know I was annoying, but I was freaking out. Like, the door's right there. The exit door is right there. Can we go? Can we just leave? Oh my God. Like, it was, I don't know, it was like that whole experience being in Wegmans sucked. And then to be right by the exit door, come on, man. Like, let's just get these tickets and go. So that's what happened. And then we came home, and you know what happens when you try to contain yourself in public is you explode at home, or it comes out in some way. So we were only out for like maybe just over an hour at this point by the time we got home. So it wasn't even long, but when you're stuck in the middle of like sensory overload, it just feels like hours sometimes. And we pulled into our driveway, and I go, we're home now. And I didn't make a scene in public. And my wife goes, so does that mean I get to see the scene? And I was like, you know it. Oh, gosh, the stuff that she puts up with, I swear. Because I got home, and it's my safe space, and I can just let out all my frustration. And I was aware that this is what I do after situations like this. So I actually wasn't as bad as I thought I would be. So what I did was I distracted myself, and as soon as we got inside, I did my nighttime chores, because as cheesy as that sounds, that's what they're called. That's when I do the cat litter box scooping. I feed the cats fresh water and dry food. Like, I'll make the bed if I haven't done that. Do the dishes, anything that needs to be cleaned up. Like, nighttime chores pretty much just mean straighten up the house, because I don't want it looking like it's out of order. And so then I was taking a shower. My wife made dinner. And then we're eating dinner with my wife's sister on speakerphone. And that's fine. It's just a lot, like, it's just, I don't know, when you're trying to wind down, when I'm trying to wind down from a sensory experience, I don't really want to hear voices from people unless they're coming from my TV box. So that was like a little bit annoying, but I mean, I was frazzled. It was hard to just wind down and settle. My nighttime routine, not the chores, but like the actual routine part, kind of went to shit because I couldn't concentrate. It was hard to concentrate just because of how I was feeling. And so what I like to do sometimes to unwind is, and I do this like especially during the Christmas holiday season, because it's the only time I'll allow myself to watch poorly rated movies. And they're Christmas things, like Christmas movies I'll watch. I don't care if they got a bad rating, because what do? I put the movie on, and I go on IMDb, and I look up the movie, and I realize what shitty rating it got, and then I just go to the comments, and I laugh all the way through the bad reviews. Like, there's this one particularly, like, really bad Christmas movie. I don't want to name the movies in case, like, somebody's out there, like, that, like, really likes it. I don't want to offend anybody. But I came across this really horrible Christmas movie. Horrible. And I laughed all the way through the bad reviews. Like, the shit that people write is so fucking funny. And I mean, I guess that's not like really the best way to spend like your time or whatever, maybe, or to wind down, but it works for me. And I felt great after that stupid movie and laughing through those poor reviews. And, you know, like, this is a tangent, but speaking of holiday movies, I am so tired of scrolling through movies and seeing a man and a woman on the cover of all these fucking movies. Like, it's so tiring to keep playing these things out, like man and woman meet during Christmas. There's minor conflict. Then they get together, and then it's a happy ending. Like, why are we still making movies like this? And yes, that really bad movie I'm talking about was one of those. I don't know why movies like this are still being made. Like, really? Like, how can you want to be an actor and you're willing to put yourself in a movie like this? Anyways, that's a whole other episode. I need to just stop with that. But I think that's really all I had. Like, it was just a nightmare yesterday. The good thing about being not being autistic, the good thing about knowing I am autistic is, I have way more awareness. So, like, I can prepare for these things, much better. And, like, in the past, not knowing that I'm autistic, I would have just gone and done these things. I would have been a fucking bitch to be with in public because I would have been complaining and I wasn't pleasant. I was just always in a bad mood when I went out and there was like all these people, and I knew that that's why I was in a bad mood, but I didn't really like have all of the knowledge that I feel like I have now with like knowing that I'm autistic. So like in the past, I would get home and like I would have this huge meltdown as soon as we got inside, and it wouldn't be good for my wife and I. Like, I feel so bad that I did that to her so many times. I mean, I wasn't directing stuff at her. I was just like, it needed to come out, I don't know how to, you guys know what I mean. You know what meltdowns are like. And so I think the preparation that I did this time allowed me to avoid a meltdown when we got home. I was frustrated, but like I found different things to like channel that energy into, like, and again, saying this stuff out loud sounds very strange because ordinary people go to stores all the time. They could be out for 3 hours at stores and it's fine. Like, how do they deal with all the people? How do they like not get as frazzled by them? I will never understand that, but like people do this on a regular basis. They get like a little irritated and annoyed like being out at the stores during like the holidays, but like it's like the end of the world for me sometimes. And I can't just stay inside forever and never go out because I don't want to be that person. That doesn't sound like fun. But I don't know how to make these situations any easier. And sometimes you just can't avoid them. Like, I go out to stores during the daytime when most people are at work because I know I can handle it then. But sometimes when you need last minute stuff and you have to go out, you have to deal with this stuff. And when I woke up this morning, I did not have a sensory hangover like I usually do. So that's a good thing. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I thwarted yet another meltdown. I can't say that this will always be the case, but it's kind of nice knowing this information about myself now so that I can kind of come up with a better plan on how to keep the crazy contained. So that's that. I hope this was somewhat helpful for people. Maybe you can relate, maybe like you're kind of the same way when you have to be out, at stores during the holidays and the storm, like, why do people think that they need to go get bread and milk? Like, this isn't the 1800s anymore. Like, oh, a storm's coming. We gotta go. We need bread. We need milk. Like, we need what? Like, didn't you just go shopping the day before or something? Like, you really need to go out and buy half the store to make sure that, like, you're good to go. I mean, maybe that's normal. I'm just, like, a bitch, but yeah, that's all I got. Anyways, if you're listening in real time, I hope you guys have a good Christmas. This was just me recording to an app on my phone, hoping people find me and listen and relate and hopefully have a similar experience to the one I had when I heard myself on somebody else's podcast. As always, I hope this made sense because I feel like it didn't. I feel like my brain is just kind of like, there's lots of stuff going on in there right now. So if you're still listening, then I guess it made sense. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.